50 Richest Nollywood Actresses in 2025. Their net worth and state of origin. Do well to watch till the end to know where your favorite actress falls in. At number 50 we have Iheme Nancy from Iheme State and she's worth $50,000. At number 49 we have Onyi Alex from Anambra State and she's worth $60,000. At number 48 we have Maid Martins from Lagos State and she's worth $80,000. At number 47 we have Enidima Okoji from Edo State and she's worth $90,000. At number 46 we have Iheme Nancy, she's from Anambra and she's worth $90,000. At number 45 we have Luchi Donalds, she's from Iheme State and she's worth $100,000. At number 44 we have Lizzie Gold, she's from Delta State and she's worth $100,000. At number 43 we have Uju Okoli, she's from Iheme State and she's worth $150,000. At number 42 we have Peggy Ovia from Delta State and she's worth $150,000. At number 41 we have Linda Osifo, she's from Edo State and she's worth $170,000. At number 40 we have Angela Okari from Ebonyi State and she's worth $200,000. At number 39 we have Bam Bam, she's from Ogun State and she's worth $200,000. At number 38 we have Nuella Newbolbo from Anambra State and she's worth $250,000. At number 37 we have Fathia Balogun from Delta State and she's worth $250,000. At number 36 we have Anita Joseph from Anambra State and she's worth $280,000. At number 35 we have Ngozi Ezeonu, she's from Anambra State and she's worth $300,000. At number 34 we have Ibube Nwagbo, she's from Anambra and she's worth $300,000. At number 33 we have Judy Austin, she's from Anambra State and she's worth $300,000. At number 32 we have Chizi Alikai, she's from Enugu State and she's worth $350,000. At number 31 we have Adani Aid, she's from Lagos and she's worth $350,000. At number 30 we gave Iyabo Oho, she's from Ogun State and she's worth $360,000. At number 29 we have Destiny Etiko, she's from Enugu State and she's worth $370,000. At number 28 we have Adesua Etimi, she's from Edo State and she's worth $390,000. At number 27 we have Sonia Uche, she's from Delta State and she's worth $400,000. At number 26 we have Nancy Isimi, she's from Edo State and she's worth $400,000. SD number 25 we have Yvonne Jedge, she's from Edo State and she's worth $400,000. At number 24 we have Chika Ike, she's from Anambra State and she's worth $450,000. At number 23 we have UCHR Montana and she's from Abia State and she's worth $450,000. At number 22 we have Chinini Yuba, she's from Anambra State and she's worth $470,000. At number 21 we have Ruth Kadri, she's from Edo State and she's worth $500,000. At number 20 we have Mosi Abe, she's from Edo State and she's worth $500,000. At number 19 we have Bimbo Adamai, she's from Ogun State and she's worth $550,000. At number 18 we have Eve Essen, she's from Akwa Ibom State and she's worth $590,000. At number 17 we have Omoni Oboli, she's from Delta State and she's worth $600,000. At number 16 we have Eniola Badmus, she's from Ondo State and she's worth $600,000. At number 15 Stephanie Okaruk, she's from Iheme State and she's worth $650,000. At number 14 we have Kaioma Chukwuka, she's from Anambra State and she's worth $650,000. At number 13 have Kate Henshaw, she's from Cross Rivers and she's worth $700,000. At number 12 we have Ojo Koye, she's from Anambra State and she's worth $700,000. At number 11 Uche Jumbo, she's from Abia State and she's worth $750,000. At number 10 we have Tonto Dyke, she's from River State and she's worth $750,000. At number 9 we have Ani Edo, she's from Akwa Ibom State and she's worth $800,000. At number 8 we have Mosi Johnson, she's from Kogi State and she's worth $900,000. At number 7 we have Rita Dominic, she's from Iheme State and she's worth $1 million. At number 6 we have Omotola Jalade, she's from Ondo State and she's worth $2.5 million. At number 5 we have Mary Remy Njoku, she's from Enugu State and she's worth $3 million. At number 4 we have Regina Daniels, she's from Delta State and she's worth $4 million. At number 3 we have Toyin Abraham, she's from Edo State, and she's worth $5 million. At number 2 we have Funkakindeel, she's from Lagos State, and she's worth $8.6 million. At number 1 we have Genevieve Nnaji, she's from Iheme State, and she's worth $10 million. Tell us your favorite actress in the comment section below.